Back, it dropped off there. Finished that set of 10 for at 40 pounds, 18.14 kilograms. My second set of 10. I had to do some stuff on my roof this weekend, and I'll tell you, I said when I went skydiving like 2 weeks ago, and I said it then, but like um, it's definitely more stressful to do stuff on my roof than it is to jump out of an airplane. It would seem that like jumping out of an airplane would be more stressful, but it's not. I think because in the past I've broken my arm falling off of a roof, and I feel like with skydiving, if something goes wrong, chances of having to deal with an injury afterwards is pretty slight. Although there are people that have like managed to hit the deck because their parachute didn't open and like survive. So that was 9. I feel like falling from the roof and break something or like break your neck, and it's not going to kill you, but then you're going to spend the rest of your life in a wheelchair or stuck in a bed. Versus with skydiving, there's a finality to it. I was checking for horn for like wasp nests and stuff, and I was looking in vents on my roof and pulled the top off of one of the vents, and it just had giant wasp nest in it. And thankfully, it was dead. I just had to pull it out, but that, that was a little bit of a shock when I pulled it off. Thankfully, it was dead. All right, gonna take a step down from the 40. I'm gonna go down to 35 pounds. That is 15.87 kilograms. All right, let's do this. It's down to money. Change hands, go. She's on the marathon. Girl, what's happening now? Change hands. It's down to me. Change hands, go. She's a marathon girl. The wings. Is down. AW1224 says, I like sometimes and you're getting fit so fast. I'm good, Timmy. Thanks, man. Thank you. I appreciate it. Very nice of you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, today's biceps, and then gonna do a little bit of abs at the end. Morning, Collins. See you, man. You working on anything today, Collins? Me right now, I was really hoping I'd be losing weight, and I'm gonna be getting a lot more strict this week. But this morning I was at 210, so definitely have put on weight. KDW asked, "How heavy are you now?" I started at I started the year at like 196, so that was also after running. Um, if I got on the treadmill and ran and weighed myself after running, I should be probably like 205. But this first couple months put on more weight, and I stopped running for like a month. And it's usually what helps me lose weight is running, but I got kind of burnt out on running on my treadmill. KDW says, "Okay, no more day off now." Yeah, I got it's sunny now, so now I'm running outside. Starting out with at least like 2 times a week, running at least 30 minutes. One is just around my block, and the other one is uphill, downhill at a lake, and then doing like hiking a couple miles at least 2 times, 3 times a week with my kids. So it's been better. Colin says he's doing curls, triceps, sit-ups. If I got time, then off to a potential new job. Nice, man. You feeling pretty good? Collins is trying to get a new gig, better upward mobility. starting in on the 1st of May, I'm going to be putting out a new challenge for myself. I've got this Superman costume I bought a couple of years ago, and just the last like 2 Halloweens just kind of barely missed the mark for it fitting. And I figure from May to October, obviously to October 31st, it's almost 6 months. It was 5 months just October. I really want to hit it hard and drop about 25 pounds at least for the costume to work. J. Colin says, yeah, I slept good, so fingers crossed, all goes well. Need to negotiate the most I can get out of them. Oh well. K.W. says, also on diet, started from 242 and now 190. Good job, man. That is awesome. That's really good. Just keep going. That's a lot of weight lost. Good for you. What are you doing for weight loss? Is it just dieting? Any special diets or just counting calories? All right, so that's it with the 35 pounds, 15.87 kilograms. Then move down to 30 pounds, 13.6 kilograms. I'm a big proponent on counting calories. KDW says, I did cardio and weight 50-50 every day, every night before sleep. Nice. Well, cardio is a big help. So I went from 246 down to 186, and like 90% of it was just counting calories and walking at first. I didn't really do any weightlifting that year because the priority for me was just losing that weight. Because previously I'd done weightlifting and cardio and stuff, but I hurt myself weightlifting. And while I was hurt, I just put on a ton of weight. And I was like, man, I don't want to do that again. I will just focus on getting rid of this fat and then build up muscle again later. That's what I did. Next, I went from 246 to 180. I think it was 184 in a year. Now I'm just lifting again. I've put on. I know, like I've put on weight, but I also know I haven't put on like fat. And so I feel it's hard. It's hard because I look at the scale, I get like irritated and bummed out. Like, damn it, like you're at 210 again, and it's super frustrating. But then I go to put on my jeans, and they fit just like as good as they fit at 196, and that's fine. Like that's like what I have to stay focused on is that hey man, like you just put on a lot of muscle, and I'm sure it's not 14 pounds of muscle, but I know it's whatever I've done is not enough. I haven't put on enough weight that my jeans feel tight. And last time at if I was at 210, these jeans wouldn't fit. They're like my lowest weight of jeans that I own, and they would just not fit at 210 before. So I'm not trying not to stress about the weight too much, but it's hard. KDWW says, I feel my body's immune system breaking down and my self esteem has decreased a lot. So I started working out, which helped me a lot. Keep going, man. Hard, but worth. Yeah. What's up, Bowser? I'll tell you, this is like one of the things that like happened at 246 for me that was weird. Well, and I'm not trying to be crude, but like wiping started getting to be a chore. Like with all the extra weight, so all my like 90% of my weight goes to my stomach. So like my chest, my arms, my legs will all look fit, and then it's just right here. It's where my weight hangs out. So then it's at 246. That was like a problem, and like I don't know, it was just weird. And then that stopped being a problem, which was nice. And I'd love to never go back to that being a problem. But it definitely was a blow to your self esteem, my self esteem. I'm like, dude, I'm like struggling in this area that I've never struggled before. And then it's just fun. I mean, it's for me like with my kids at 246, it was harder to be as active. And now that I'm lighter, I mean, it's so much easier to go and play with them and do stuff. Jay Collins says putting socks on also. Yeah. I spent KDW says that's good. I spent a whole winter only wearing shorts when I got to my heaviest because I couldn't bring myself to go buy new jeans. I was so bummed because like I had jeans that I'd had for like years, and I went to put them on like at the end of summer, and they just didn't fit. I was like, damn it, man. Like I gotta lose this weight. I'm not going and buying new new jeans. And it took so long to like get back into those jeans. That's how much weight I put on. And so all summer or all winter, I was just reduced to wearing shorts all the time. And it was cold, but I just couldn't bring myself to go spend money on jeans, especially because I buy jeans and I wear the same jeans for like 10 years at a stretch. Like that one pair of jeans I have, um, I've had since like 2009. So buying new jeans is gonna be rough. Jay Collins says I'm heading out. Have a good one, fellas. You too, man. Good luck. I'll be praying for you, man. Hopefully you get what you need and what you want. All right, I got one more set, and I'm gonna move over to doing crunches. What's your Do you have any long-term goals for weight loss, or is there like an activity you want to get into your weight loss, or just feeling better? KDW. Fine for me, like having long term and short term goals is what helps me. Like for me, long term goal for me obviously is I feel like I'm gonna live a long time. I think I'm gonna make it to like 100 years old. If nothing bad happens, I'll hit 100, and I'd like to be still lifting, probably not as much, but still lifting in my 90s, 80s, and 90s. Like I want to be, if I end up in a nursing home, I want people to confuse me for the nurses, for the staff. I'm like, oh, you work here? Oh no, I live here. So that's my long term goal, to try and focus my exercising towards being being strong in the long run. Like I do think, despite like trends showing an increase or a decrease in lifespan, I do think that we'll live increasingly longer. I think that mental illness and different things um, bad health, like eating badly, has led to a decrease in lifespan for some people. But I think overall, with medical advances, we'll all live. We're all going to live a lot longer. And I think only the only thing that's going to slow us down is going to be not preparing for it. Either financially, you're not prepared to live a long time, so you're not saving up enough money for your last years, or mentally you're not prepared to live that long, so you'll kind of just quit. Well, like my grandpa, his dad died in his 60s, and so he's thought he would check out around the same time, and he hasn't. He's doing pretty good. And now I think he's having to adjust to the fact that he's got a longer life than he realized he's going to have. And I think that's where most people are going to end up, is they're going to realize they are going to live longer, but they just didn't make the proper plans for living a long time. Like I'm mentally preparing myself for the idea that I will probably work into my 70s. If I'm going to live past 100, I'm going to need more money saved up for that life. And I think that's where people will get themselves in trouble, is they'll still think like, oh, I'm going to retire in my 60s or my 50s. And that's not a thing, especially in my generation. That's not a thing. You're going to have to keep working longer than your parents and grandparents ever did. All right. Next is 25 pounds. So I was only gonna do 25, get 25 pounds on that first set. Got to 25 and still felt pretty strong. So I did an extra 5 for 30 in the second set. Just did another 30. I think it's important for working out. Like when you hit that point where you feel like you can do a little bit more, you just got to go for it and press just that little bit further. I think sometimes, like when you work out and you lift, you want it to be big jumps. You know, like I did this. I did, I can move up now like 10 pounds. So you can put another plate on. And sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's just that, adding 2.5 more pounds. And in this case, it's just adding five more reps when you